Welcome back, everybody, to another exciting off-season episode of Everything Horror. I am your host, Paul Doski, with special guest,
Crystal, aka Crystal Bello.
And tonight, we're gonna get inside the eerie mind of a cutie. So, let's begin. So, Crystal, can you explain to us how EerieCutie, came to be?
Well, it's really nerdy. Peyton, which is my fiance, he reads a lot of webcomics. And one of the webcomics he reads is called EerieCutie. It's a horror, like a cutesy horror webcomic. And one of the main characters, he said, reminds him so much of me. So I was like, you know what? I guess I'm one of them EerieCuties. And so it kind of stuck and it became my name.
That's awesome.
It's kind of nerdy, but it fits.
Well, that's usually what happens. Okay, so let's kind of get into your mind then, as the podcast name entitles us. So what got you into horror to begin with?
Well, it started at a really young age, with my grandparents and my aunt and uncle. They pretty much raised me, so I stayed at their house most of the time. And my grandpa was a big horror buff. He watched, the original Night of the Living Dead, the original Dracula, and Frankenstein, and
Universal Studios.
I grew up watching it. Yeah.
Yep. The good ones.
So the good ones. So I guess it kind of just grew on me. I wasn't one of those kids that just watched, Nick Jr. and stuff like that. I wanted to watch the Halloweens, and I wanted to watch Jason, and so I constantly just watched the horror shows with them, and it became a big part of my life. I can't think not how I'd be without the horror that I used to watch. How I'd be without that. I think I'd be pretty boring. I'd just be a boring individual without having horror in my life.
Well...
But, yeah, my grandpa was the biggest reason I got into horror.
Nice. Well, there was an article, a long time ago saying something like, you can be healthy by watching horror films because of the whole, jump scares and stuff that make you feel scared. It's because of the whole, pulse, your heart racing and stuff like that. It's supposedly a quote-unquote healthy way to stay healthy is by watching horror films, according to this one article.
And I'm super fit.
Unfortunately, they need to start making me get scared more because it's not working anymore.
Yeah, that's true. Horror movies nowadays, they don't scare me like the old ones did.
Yeah, maybe we can even get more into that too. For example, what are your top 3 favorite films that you would say?
Top 3 favorite, and that's so hard. I think my top one would be Halloween, Evil Dead, the original Evil Dead, and probably the original George Romero's Night of the Living Dead are probably my 3 top favorite films.
And they're all good.
They're all good.
They're all decent. And remind me, the Night of the Living Dead, that was the black and white version, right? I think.
This is the black and white one, yeah, where the brother and sister go to the graveyard and they're coming to get you, Barbara.
Yeah. I think I have that one, actually, and it's a 3D version, which is weird or something. I don't frickin' know.
That's strange.
Yeah, I'll have to try to find it again and send you it to show you what I'm talking about. But that reminded me of something else, but I'll wait to see if you say the name. But the next one is, did you watch any type of horror TV shows when you were younger?
I did, which we talked about on the podcast last night, was the Creep shows. I watched those as a kid. I watched Tales of the Crypt. I had an unhealthy obsession with the Crypt Keeper as a child. I had action figures. Me and my grandpa both had the action figures of them. I watched Tales from the Dark Side. It's not as scary as most stuff we've talked about, but Goosebumps, Are You Afraid of the Dark?
I love
And
Goosebumps.
even I love Goosebumps too. I had all the books as a kid.
I did too, and then I sold them all.
Oh no.
Yeah, I know.
And this one's totally weird, but Unsolved Mysteries.
Oh my god.
I used to be obsessed with Unsolved
I
Mysteries.
loved Unsolved Mysteries. I used to watch that every time it came on.
Me too. Like, everyone was like, that doesn't scare you? I'm like, no, I like this. So, like, I used to watch all that as a kid.
Yep. Yeah.
Oh, and Fact or Fiction, or Beyond Fact and Fiction when it came on. I used to watch that. I love Beyond Fact or Fiction.
Wow. There was another weird one too. I used to have a book for it. I don't even know if I still do anymore, but I'm gonna assume I don't anymore. But it was like these teenagers that could like transform into animals or some shit. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Oh, Animorphs.
Yes, Animorphs. Oh my god.
I remember Animorphs.
Oh my god. That was cheesy too, but it was like cheesy good.
It was good, especially when they killed the like parasites with oatmeal. That was like how you killed them, was with oatmeal.
Oh my god. Yes. The books were even weird too, but then again, books are normally weirder than what you see on TV or movies, so yeah.
They have to be more family friendly on TV than in the books.
Yep. But since you mentioned Tale from the Dark Side, remember last night when we were doing that podcast, I was having trouble trying to remember what I was thinking about, if it was for Tale from the Crypt or Tale from the Dark Side. Remember that?
Yeah.
Anyway, I actually re-looked at it. It was actually Tales from the Dark Side, Crystal. It was actually 2 new books. One was like a Tales from the Dark Side collection thing, and the other one was like Tales from the Dark Side scripts. Both hardcovers too. And the Tales from the Dark Side script one is actually $10 for a hardcover.
That's not bad.
No. So after this podcast, I'll have to put up the link to them on Amazon. So if anybody listening wants to buy a copy, there's the link.
You should totally buy them. It would be worth the money.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. The script alone would be worth money. But, let's see. Did you have any favorite, like, Tale from the Crypt at all? Like, either for, like, episode-wise from the show or movies? Because they did have 3 movies.
From the TV show, when I was saying last night, one of the ones that really sticks with me, and I don't know why it does, it was the episode with Dane DeVito, and I think he was trying to woo, like, a twin sisters, and I remember they ended up cutting them in half, so each of them could have a half of them.
Mm-hmm.
So that was probably one of my favorite
Yep.
episodes.
Oh, my God.
I don't just, that one just stuck for me for some reason. And as far as movies, out of the 3, it's Demonites, which I told you guys that one scared the hell out of me as a kid. I love it. I still watch it, and I go look back. I'm like, this is so corny. Why did it scare me? But that one's my favorite one. Billy Zane made that movie.
They actually just did I'm pretty sure it's called like an anniversary edition for like Blu-ray or some shit for Demon Knight, and also the first one there. What's it called? I can never pronounce the first word of it. There's something of blood. I don't know why I have.
Oh, the Bordello of Blood?
Yeah, Bordello of Blood. Yeah. Those 2 are now on Blu-ray as like a collector's edition or some shit, or anniversary edition. So, but what's really ironic is that they haven't done a Blu-ray version of Ritual, probably because of how fucking weird Ritual really is. 'Cause to me,
that is an odd one.
Yeah, because that to me wasn't really a Tale from the Crypt, to be honest. That was just like really weird, but interesting story though. But yeah,
They have a good story on it.
Yeah, one of my favorite Tale from the Crypt episodes is the comic one, the comic book one, where the guy draws the comics and what he draws comes to life.
So like, oh yeah, I remember that one.
Yeah, that's one of my favorites.
I like another one, and I can't remember the name of it. I just remember that it had rats, like big rats that would eat people.
Oh, yeah. What the hell was that?
I remember someone going into a tunnel or something, and like the rats started eating them and pulling them in. And I can't remember the name of the episode.
I'm drawing a brain fart on my end too right now. I mean, I could get up and probably find them, but oh god. I mean, we're talking like I gotta look at 7 cases, so oh boy.
And sit there and go down, read each title to figure out which one it is.
Yeah, and maybe read a description, but yeah. I'll have to probably message you that too after the podcast or something.
I definitely need to get the DVD sets of them so I can watch all of them again.
Yeah, around Halloween time or something like that, you can actually get the first 2 seasons for like $10. I found them at Best Buy too.
Oh man.
Cause Best Buy,
I may have to wait.
Best Buy, I think has like, I think it was the first 4 seasons for like $10, maybe even the 5th one. I don't even remember anymore. I know 6 and 7 were still up there in price. The 7th one was almost like $20 ish, but worth it.
That's still not bad though, but
no, but for what
you
it
can get
is,
those for 10.
Yeah. But so did you ever get like a favorite soundtrack to a film? Like, did you like Halloween soundtrack or Tales from the Crypt soundtrack or Tales from the Dark Side?
Oh wait, like I don't know if I could actually pick like one individual soundtrack because Creep Show soundtracks are always really good. Tales of Crypt the same way. Like Halloween is just iconic to me. Like that soundtracks, like I have like the whole theme song and stuff on in my car that I play during Halloween with the windows blaring down. So when I go down the street, all you hear is Michael Myers' theme song in my car. But I don't know. I think it'd be a tie between Tales of Crypt, Creep Show, and the Halloweens. Like, even though I hate Rob Zombie's versions of Halloween, like I like his music soundtracks.
Good.
I hate them. Oh my god, the garbage.
Good. Good.
Yeah, that like I don't consider them Halloweens at all.
Good.
Like, I just,
Good.
But I do like the soundtrack from just because it has like AC/DC and all that. I mean, but as a kid, like I didn't know who I think they're called the Quartets. Mm-hmm. They sing Mr. Sandman.
Yep.
And like a lot of people don't realize, but that is a major song in the Halloween films. Like it plays in several of them.
Oh.
And like a lot of people don't realize that. I'm like, I know this. I know it plays in it. But yeah, I don't think I really have like one I could just say it's my favorite. I think it's a tie between those.
Nice.
As my soundtracks.
Nice. I actually have a little like soundtrack. I don't want to call it soundtrack, but it's more like like you know how during October they have the like scariest Halloween like CDs or like spooky sounds or whatever.
Yeah.
Well, I actually found one where it's like scariest Halloween horror movie songs, and it has songs from like Psycho, Halloween, Friday the 13th, Jaws even, Nightmare on Elm Street, and then it gets on to the best ones like The Shining and Twilight Zone. And then they have Amityville Horror and X-Files on it too.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, not bad for like a $5 like CD.
No, indeed.
Yeah. But let's see, am I missing anything else out of for TV or films and stuff yet? Before we continue, like, am I forgetting something, or have you not mentioned something, maybe?
As far as soundtracks and TV shows, I think that's it.
Okay.
As well as, like, scary things I watched.
Alright, I think, yeah, I guess we're all set, unless you think of something later on. But, so you kind of answered that question, the other favorite, I guess, when you were mentioning, like, more than one soundtracks. But, so, okay, so what was your first ever horror game played? Like, what was the first horror game you ever played?
Resident Evil.
Your,
I was
the first one?
The first one.
Okay.
I was like 6 or 7 when it came out. It came out in like 1996, so I was like 6 years old when I played it.
Jeez.
Yeah. And it scared me. I couldn't play it with the lights off. Or, yeah, like I had to have the lights on. Because it scared me that bad as a kid. Like when like the hellhounds would come out and bust through the windows and stuff. It would scare me so bad, like, or when the zombies would chase after me. My uncle used to laugh at me because he would turn the lights off and I'd scream at him to turn the lights back on because I was so paranoid that like a zombie was gonna be out around the corner when I walked out the door.
Oh jeez. Oh, that kind of reminds me of like Resident Evil with the zombies that pop out when you open up the door. It's like, ooh, it's just like, oh jeez.
Yes. I hated, like, going by windows and stuff, because I always thought something was going to come crash through them, and I was like, this is something I probably shouldn't be playing. I thought, and look back on it now, I'm like, yeah, that wasn't for a 6-year-old to be playing at the time, but my uncle had it, and I watched him play it, and I thought I was going to be brave and play it myself, and then...
Nope.
I learned. But I think other besides Resident Evil, it was House of the Dead was the next horror game I played.
Nice.
As a kid.
Nice.
I loved House of the Dead.
Yeah, that was really interesting, especially when they brought House of the Dead to PS3, which was called like Overkill or something like that. Which was
They brought like the PS3 and like the Wii.
Yeah. So, and they even brought like House of the Dead 3 and House of the Dead 4 to PS3 too. Like it was fun as hell.
It brings back so many good memories.
It does. It really does. Even though it's like arcade version, but still, I mean, whatever. It's still as good as
the best versions.
Yeah. So what would you say the scariest game you ever played was, or is, or, you know?
As a kid, probably the Resident Evil. As an adult, Outlast. Outlast scared the living hell out of me. Which we talked about that. It scared me pretty bad. Like, I don't think I've jumped and screamed at a game like that in a long time. So Outlast really scared me as an adult, but the Resident Evils as a kid scared me the most.
Did you ever play, like, the PT demo?
I did play the PT demo, but it pissed me off.
It pissed you off?
It made me mad. I was like, I couldn't figure out, like, it took me for longest to figure out how to get the picture pieces.
Oh, yeah.
To move forward, and I was like, oh, you bastard.
I still don't even remember where all the puzzles are, and that game is almost, or playable teaser, that game wouldn't be almost 3 years old in June, actually, this year.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
It doesn't feel like it's been that long.
Exactly. Like, I actually looked it up the other day, and, yeah, it was like around June 21st or something like that for 2014, and I'm like, damn, has it really been almost 3 years? Holy shit.
Holy.
Yeah.
I thought it was like maybe a year or two old, but not that long.
Nope. Definitely almost 3 years old, which I was shocked about that.
That makes me sad.
Well,
Might have been a really fun game if they'd actually done it.
Silent Hills, yeah, oh my god. Fuck you, Konami!
You made a big mistake.
Yeah, they did. Fuck you, is all I gotta say. Just like, fuck you, Gearbox, and you know why. I don't even need to say it again.
We don't even need to talk about it, we know.
Yep. So, I don't think I asked you this then. So, what would you say scared you for horror movie-wise?
Which I think you know. I think I told you this story. Like, as far as a character-wise, Michael Myers scares the living hell out of me. which is a funny story. When I was a kid, my uncle had the whole authentic Michael Myers outfit. The mask, the mechanic suit. Yeah. And so, he used to play the theme song. I could be doing anything in the house. I could be helping my grandma clean. I could be watching TV. And he would play the music and put the costume on. And he would come down the hallway with a fake knife and come after me. And he would chase me around the house with the outfit on. And I'd run around the house, and then I'd finally get on the couch and pretend to be dead. So he would leave me alone. I mean, he's caught me in the bathroom, trying to use the bathroom. He's done it to me. And I mean, he'd bang on the door, and I could hear the music. So I knew what was happening. So I wouldn't come out the bathroom until he would go away. And as I got older, it stuck with me, just like with roaches. I can watch the movies. I can binge watch every Halloween with the lights off and be fine. But if I go to a haunted house or a get together and someone's dressed up as him, like this initial fear just clicks with me, and I start to panic. I used to work at a haunted house years ago, before they shut it down, and the year I quit, they had a Michael Myers scene, but they added on to it, and I was walking my friends through the haunted house, and they were walkie-talkieing each other through each room as I passed through it with my friends. And there was a couple in front of me, and as we got to that scene, I knew, they're going to wait for these people to pass, and they're going to jump out at me because they know I'm scared of them. So I was bracing myself. And I told my friends, either you better run with me, or you better stay behind, because I'm about to take off running. So the couple went ahead of me. They didn't jump out the icebox. I go into the scene, and my friend TJ kicks open the icebox, and I instantly shot forward down the hallway, and my friends went the other way. They went backwards, back to the other group. So I'm in this confined hallway with this couple in front of me, and I'm keep looking behind me, making sure he's not coming after me. And they added a drop door to the side of the wall, and they dropped that door right by my head, and someone else, as Michael Myers, leaned out to grab me. And I don't remember much after that. I remember I screamed, and then when I came back to consciousness, I was in the corner hyperventilating, and the girl that was in front of me was on the ground. And my friends finally came around the corner, and they go, "Whose shoes are those?" I literally picked the girl up, took her out of her flip-flops, and threw her onto the ground, jumped over her, and got into that corner. And I felt so bad for that girl. I go, "Oh my God, are you okay? You okay?" And she's like, "Yeah, I'm fine." They were laughing about it, and I told her, "I'm sorry, but you were in my way." And because she said, "When you screamed, I backed into you." She's like, "The next thing I know, you lifted me off the ground and put me on the floor." I was like, "Yeah, that was a bad move to back into me." So, they all got a good laugh out of it. I got a good laugh at it once I calmed down, but I was like, y'all can't do that to me. I'll end up hurting somebody to get away from Michael Myers. I mean, that's one of the people I can't deal with in a costume. I guess it's that fear of not knowing who's in the suit. And for me, Michael Myers is one of the most realistic
killers. What did you say?
Killers. Yeah. I mean, I guess Screamface could be, or Ghostface could be a normal killer, but he doesn't. I'm not scared of him.
Yeah, exactly. He doesn't scare me.
Yeah, he's not scary to me.
Yeah,
but there's something about Michael Myers.
Yeah, Ghostface. Yeah.
I know there's a haunted house at Universal they do for Halloween Horror Nights at Universal Studios.
I would love.
And it's a whole set. I want to go. I want to go so bad. But they have a Michael Myers themed haunted house.
Oh wow!
And it looks just like the Myers house. And you go through it, and there's different scenes from the movies that he's in.
That's awesome.
And I told Peyton, I go, I probably am going to either have a stroke, or there's going to be a lot of people that are hurt, because I'm going to be pushing my way through that haunted house. I'm going to be getting out of it as quick as possible. But out of all the horror icons, zombies, demons, monsters, thanks to my uncle, Michael Myers is the one that scares me most.
Fair enough. So, What type of films are you looking forward to, or have seen recently, even like for horror wise? Like, is there any upcoming horror films you're looking forward to, or like some that you've already seen?
Sadly, upcoming horror movies, not at all. I really don't watch horror movies anymore. Like, at least not the newer ones, because, excuse my language, or shit. I'm so tired of seeing demonic possessions and paranormal activity that it's unreal. I'm just tired of it. So I don't watch a lot of the new horror. Actually, one of the recent horror movies I watched was called, it's been like a year or two, maybe, The Babadook. It's probably one of the more, I love The Babadook. I like that one.
Babadook.
There's another one, Babadook. Dook. I love it. I'm trying to think what else. There's actually one called The Asylum. It was on Netflix for a while, but that was actually pretty good. But as far as like upcoming horror movies, it's good. It's like the girl that's she's supposed to be crazy, and she's in the asylum with all the other girls, and they start getting killed off by the undead girl in the asylum. It's really good. I thought it was gonna be corny, but it actually came out to be a really good movie.
I have to keep my eye out.
But yeah, upcoming horror movies, yeah, check it out. I liked it. I'll just send you a link to it if you haven't seen it.
Yeah,
I need to watch The Witch too.
Yes, you do. Which is free on Prime with Amazon, by the way.
But I don't have Prime.
Oh, well then,
I'll have to like buy it off Amazon or rent it from somewhere.
Well, I think it's like $10 now at Walmart now.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, so you could try
I'm
there.
gonna go to Walmart and look for it.
It's definitely worth the $10
like,
or whatever you.
The soundtrack seems like it's definitely worth the $10. I love the soundtrack.
Soundtrack is like $9 now on Amazon.
I might have to download the soundtrack from Amazon.
See?
Or at least iTunes, one of them, because I love the soundtrack.
Yeah.
I kind of want to have hope for well, okay, I'm not gonna lie. There is a movie I'm looking forward to. It's the new Halloween they're coming out with.
Next year.
I lied. Next year, I do have high hopes of it, as long as they don't fuck it up. John Carpenter's gonna be a part of it, so I'm really excited that he's coming back to work on his baby.
Right, that Rob Zombie killed. That's right,
yeah,
bitches.
He butchered that. Look, Rob Zombie has good music, but he cannot make Halloween. He needs to stick to what he's good at.
He can make the other films of his decent, I guess, but once again, it kind of goes with don't fucking touch the classics.
Thank you. Please don't. That's like it. I'm iffy about it. Like, I know Stephen King said something about it looks really good. Like, he has his seal of approval on it.
Yep.
So it kind of gives me hope that's
because Stephen King says it's okay.
It don't. No one can be it but Tim Curry. Tim Curry made it.
Yes. That
so,
clown
I mean,
in the original It, oh my god. That's what your nightmares are made of, not what this retarded ass clown looks like now.
No, he looks pretty bad. I don't think he's going to be able to pull off what Tim Curry pulled off. Even though Tim Curry made me laugh in it, especially in the library scene, where he's sitting on the railing, I laughed. Like, he had me laughing at some parts in the movie. But if I could see if you have a fear of clowns, Tim Curry really played on that fear.
Yes,
he really did good on it.
Yes, he did. Speaking of clowns, you ever seen Kill a Clown from Outer Space?
Oh God, I have. They turn people into cotton candy?
Yes. Oh my God.
They're so bad. They're so bad, but they're so good.
Yeah. Especially with that one. Oh, there is.
Well, there's another clown movie, not Killer Clowns from Outer Space. But
I was going to say, what?
Oh no, it's just that one.
Okay. What you were saying? Which other one?
I'm trying to think. And I just watched it not too long ago, which I just got done saying I don't like demon possession. I think I sent you a link to it back, was it last year? But the dad puts on the clown suit and it starts to attach itself to him, and he starts eating kids. Like, he starts turning into a murderer. I have to remember what it's called. But, like, there's parts of where, like, he's trying to take the nose off, and, like, the whole costume turns into, like, a demon skin, and attaches to him. It's really good. I like that one. I cannot remember the name of it. Eli Roth directed it, though. It's really good.
I'll have to kind of keep an eye out for something on that interesting, or whatever would be the appropriate term for this. But, what was another clown movie that was kind of, well, I don't know if it was really a clown. I haven't seen the movie in forever, so forgive me, listeners, but, you ever heard of Amusement?
I haven't heard of that, nuh-uh.
It's an old film, but, oh god, I can't really remember it anymore. It's been that long, I guess. But yeah, Amusement had a clown in it too. That was a really good movie too. I enjoyed Amusement, so I would definitely check that out.
I'll have to look it up and see.
Yeah, I mean it's definitely been too long. But like the only thing I kind of remember about it is like this little kid like experiments on animals or something like that too, or something like that. I don't know. Anyway, the point is that, yeah, that's another, like, clown movie that I can remember. Anyway.
Oh, okay. I know what... I looked it up because I couldn't remember it. The Eli Roth movie. It's actually called Clown. That's all it's called. It's Clown.
Oh, yeah, okay. I haven't seen it, but I did see it, I believe, on Netflix. I think it was on Netflix.
It's really good. Like, I didn't think it was going to be that great, but I saw the trailer for it, and I was like, this looks really good. And as far as a clown horror movie, I enjoyed it. I think you'd like it.
Nice. I'll have to definitely look on Netflix after this podcast and see if it's on there. If not, I'll have to check out Amazon or something. So how about upcoming games? Is there any horror games that you're looking forward to? Or that have previously come out?
Outlast 2, which of course I cannot wait for that.
April 25th, everybody.
I can't wait. It comes out back when I come back from Georgia. It waited for me and knew I wanted to play. Yay!
Yay! You're going to be streaming that, I think.
So that one? Oh, you know I am. And you know I'm going to be screaming and hooping and hollering.
Oh, God, yeah.
Let's see. Agony, which looks fucking phenomenal. I could not wait to play Agony.
Oh, my God.
Visions. And if they do it, The Evil Within 2. I hope to God they do it.
If they do, yeah. I mean, I haven't really heard much.
I keep my fingers crossed for it.
But I just hope that Cindy McCormick just comes back and directs one more. If not, like,
it'd be nice. Of course, I'm waiting for Friday the 13th to come out, too. Like, I got that bad boy pre-ordered, and I'm waiting on that thing to come in.
Yeah, me too. But we won't discuss how much I spent.
You'd be shocked how much you spent on that game.
Yeah, well, there's probably some other people that probably got over me, but for someone like me, yeah, I spent quite a penny.
I just spent the game money. I'm such a cheapo.
I actually backed Agony too when that was doing Kickstarter as well. I backed that game up just because it's
I got to back Agony.
Good. Oh my God.
It's definitely not a kid's game.
Oh, hell
so
no.
don't let your kids play that.
Yeah, do not let the kid play Agony. Just look up videos for it and just look at the graphics. And the gameplay even, too. Like that newest gameplay that came out.
Yeah, that's not for kids.
Oh, my God.
Like, I advocate for kids to play anything, but that is not something you want your kids to play unless you want them to have nightmares.
Yeah, I kind of wish that I had a better PC because I'm actually kind of getting sick and tired of, like, I understand why, but because consoles are such more of a pain in the ass to get approved and all this shit for games, just like Friday the 13th. That's kind of one of the reasons why it's taken so long, is because of consoles. It takes so much to get approved and all this other shit just to be on console. So that's why we haven't heard anything about Friday the 13th. Because if you ask them, all they say is early 2017. Well, it won't be early pretty soon because the first quarter is almost up of the year. So
I'm gonna say it's already about to be April, so I mean, you got till May, and then it's not early 17 anymore. Once you get to June, that's summer.
Yep. And then when you get to
So I mean,
September,
that's
that's
not
fall.
early. Yeah, so it's like, you know, y'all, the clock is ticking, guys.
Which we're talking
You better
about.
hurry up.
Yeah, exactly. We'll talk about that for a minute. So did you see the latest pre-order bonus now from Tom's new creation of Jason?
I didn't see that one.
Oh my God! You need to look that up real quick, like right now, because oh my God,
Let me see.
it's pretty much his first Jason design since Jason Goes to Hell, and
What?
it's just so fucking awesome. It pretty much this is gonna be the Jason character that I'm probably gonna play as. Put it that way. It's nice and spooky, and it just brings hellfire upon anybody who probably will get touched.
Let's see if I can look it up. Come on, you stupid phone.
Come on, phone. Don't quit on us
My
now.
poor thing's about to die on me.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
I need a new screen. The poor baby's cracked the hell and back.
Oh, boy. Poor screen.
I know. Rest in peace, phone.
Let me see if I can find it real quick, too. But, yeah, so what's another game, Crystal, while we're looking for the Jason one real quick?
Oh, I see it. The one that's got fire and stuff on it?
Yes.
Oh, that's awesome. Holy shit. That's badass. I like that.
Right? Isn't that fucking awesome?
That's fucking cool. Okay, I approve.
Yeah, and the only way you get this new Jason look is by pre-ordering the game on f13.com. There is a backer kit for Friday the 13th that's going on, and you still have time to pre-order the game. And if you pre-order, you get this amazing Jason look, which I will definitely post a link to the photos of what Crystal is seeing. So that way you guys...
so you mean if we pre-ordered it, we get that?
Yes.
Oh, yes, I pre-ordered it. Thank you, Jesus.
Which, I don't know if you heard this too, but I think I was talking to you about it too when the Kickstarter was still going on, but they had a perk where it was like if it raised to the amount of money, it would get single player. So you could actually like do Friday the 13th single player. You don't use an AI bot.
I think I remember you talking about that.
Well, it kind of saddened me at first because it never made the perk because they were asking for way too much, in my own opinion. But but I will say they finally found a way to make single player.
So, really?
Yes. So once again, if you pre-order the game, you will get the single player at no additional cost too.
Hooray!
So they're really giving you a deal when it comes to pre-ordering the game right now. So I would suggest get your asses over to Friday the 13th game backer site, which I will post that link up as well. And I would pre-order your copy of Friday the 13th. So that way you can get all the cool shit as well.
Do it now.
Do it now.
We're dropping you hints.
which they actually also said that pretty soon you need to start, if you wanted to get the physical copy of the soundtrack and a physical art book, you should get it in now, because pretty soon they're gonna actually stop doing that. So I don't know if you were looking forward to that, Crystal, or not, but if you were, I would maybe try to get your hands on it.
I'm glad with the soundtrack. I need to get to that.
Yeah. So, cause yeah, I'm looking at the pre-order page right now on their thing, so. And if you do pre-order the game and you get Tom's new character, which is about like $6 if you wanted to get it, not only do you get the new skin of Jason, but you also get a unique weapon as well. So I can only imagine what this unique weapon's going to be.
I hope it's like something that's on fire. I'm so corny.
It doesn't look like it's on fire, seeing this image, but that would be pretty badass too. Speaking of like weapons and stuff, did you see the latest trailer for?
I did.
Yeah, trailer, gameplay, whatever, with all the new killings.
Like with the axe,
yeah,
and
with
the spike
axe
and all that. Yeah.
Yeah. Pretty badass.
Oh my! Like I played 7 Day. Dead Before Daylight. But I'm not gonna lie, I'm more excited for Friday the 13th. I mean, Dead Before Daylight was fun, and it's a really unique game. But it's not gonna be Friday the 13th.
Right.
That's what I'm waiting for.
Right. Yeah, I mean, we haven't really had a good Jason game since, or we haven't had a Jason game, I should say, since like the original Nintendo days.
Wasn't it the NES game for Jason? That was the last game we had?
Yeah, that was the last
was
one.
Was it the NES one?
Yeah, Super Nintendo, I believe, or Nintendo, or yeah, that was the last time we got a Friday the 13th game. Just like Nightmare on Elm Street. Just like Nightmare on Elm Street. We haven't had a new Nightmare on Elm Street in forever. I think it'd be cool to have a
Nightmare on Elm Street game.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know what they would do, but I think it'd be cool.
Yeah, who knows? Maybe they could do like what they're doing on Friday the 13th, but maybe in a dream state.
That's what I said. Maybe you could manipulate people's dreams and stuff to get them killed. That'd be kind of cool.
And you could drag them out into real world, just like in the movies, and kill them in the real world instead of you getting killed, kind of like in the movies. That would be an idea.
That's true. It'd be like the whole Wes Craven's New Nightmare?
Yeah. Yeah, that movie was really good.
By the way, people, that's on Netflix.
Yes, it is. It is on Netflix. Thank God the new remake isn't, though. Piece of garbage.
Oh, we don't talk about that.
No, we do not. No, we do not. It does not exist.
Rorschach should never be in Freddy Krueger, okay?
Yeah, exactly.
Rorschach should say Rorschach.
Exactly. Speaking of Evil Dead, though, did you hear about that one production place that made that was making a Evil Dead board game? Did you hear about that, Crystal?
No, I didn't.
Oh, God.
I want to buy it.
I backed that, too. Spent a pretty on that one as well. But, yeah, you can still pre-order that now. From Space Ghost Productions, it's called. So, once again, check that out, you guys. Maybe I can even add that to the after the podcast thing, so that way everybody knows what we're talking about.
You were gonna ask me if I saw the new remake of Evil Dead, and I was like, "Don't you dare bring that up to me."
Who?
I didn't like. They have a remake of Evil Dead.
Oh yeah. The I forget what year now it is, but yeah, it had like the red cover or whatever.
Yeah.
You didn't like that?
I have not yet seen that.
Oh, you haven't?
I haven't seen it yet. I refuse to watch it.
It's actually good. I own it. It's actually really good. I
Oh,
actually
so
was
is it
skeptical
really?
about it. I was actually skeptical about it. I actually enjoyed it.
I get, Laura, someone's gonna call me a hipster, but I was so scared to watch it. I'm like, why would you go and fuck with the
I
Evil
wouldn't
Dead?
watch it.
Leave it alone.
I wasn't gonna watch it either. But my friend told me to do it, and I was just like, well, you. My friend here is also into horror, and we both kind of share like good movies, and we both know what's good and what's bad, in my own opinion. But yeah,
If
I
you
ended up
think it's
buying it.
okay, I might watch it.
Yeah,
I
I
might
mean,
watch
I bought it because no, sorry, my friend first let me borrow it, so I borrowed it and watched it, and I actually said, "Wow, this is actually really well done." So, I mean, it may not be for
Well,
everybody, but I certainly didn't mind it.
I mean, a lot of people say there's enough to it that it's a different movie than the original. So you can
Yes, a
look at it as
little
a different
bit,
movie.
but it still has like some of the famous stuff, though.
The tree scene and stuff like that.
Right. So I
I don't
mean,
know. I might watch it. I'm so like defensive for the first one. I'm just like, do I really want to watch it and just be like, oh, garbage? But I've heard a lot of good things about it. I don't know.
like I said, it's not for everybody. But speaking of the Evil Dead 2, it was Evil Dead 2 board game, by the way, not Evil Dead, not the first one. But anyway, point is they're actually they're actually now trying to do a Kickstarter for a Terminator 2 board game.
Oh Jesus!
Yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong. The Evil Dead, it looks very well done. I just can't wait to actually get a hold of that thing and actually be able to post it up to show people, like, hey, this is what I got. But
I want to get it just because it's Evil Dead.
right. But what was I gonna say? Was there anything else you wanted to add about Friday the 13th, the game?
I
Like,
think
how
it's
did
just
you
gonna be
think
really
of the
fun.
whole surviving as a camper and being able to actually defend yourself against Jason?
I thought that was really cool. I mean, let's face it though, you're not going to get away from Jason, regardless if you defend yourself or not. You're going to end up getting killed. And if you do survive, you're a lucky one. I think it's really cool. Like, I mean, I'm probably not going to play the campers much. I'm probably going to be Jason most of the time. But I do like the character concepts of, like, you got the nerd and the jock and the cheerleader. You know, they got all the different people. I think it's gonna be really cool, and the killing scenes are fucking phenomenal. Like
Agreed.
they really bring like the essence of the movie to the game. So I really like that.
Right.
Like every time Jason kills someone in the game, that is something Jason would do in a movie. Whether it be
Agreed.
the skull crack or chopping someone's limbs off, he's done all that in the movies. So they brought what they did in the movies to the game, which makes it freaking awesome.
Yes. And then what was the other game you were mentioning? There was another one. Friday the 13th,
Visions,
Agony, and what was the other one?
Outlast 2 and Visions.
Yeah, so Visions. You've heard of that one, right? Visions.
Yeah, you told me about that one.
Yep. Pretty much got Visions is another game that got inspired by PT, just like Allison Road, which I don't know. Did you hear about that one, Allison Road?
Didn't they cancel Ellison Road?
No, he came back.
Oh, what?
He
Did
came,
they really?
Yeah, the guy came back. He's actually working on the game by himself. And oh my god, like. Once again, get on your phone real quick and look up Allison Road on Facebook real quick and look at those new images real quick. But while you're doing that, but yeah, Vidges and Allison Road were both inspired by PT, which if anybody doesn't know what that is because it was only on PlayStation 4, PT was a playable teaser for what was gonna be Silent Hills before Konami ruined it. Ruined everything. And yeah, just I don't even like talking about it. It's just so sad what they did. But yeah, Allison Road came back after being told that they are done. But the guy decided that he did not want the project to end, so he ended up saying, it's just me working on it, so don't expect it out anytime soon, really, but he is working on it. And he recently updated the Facebook page with new screenshots of the new character designs and environment, and all I gotta say is what an improvement on the game. So that is now another game on my list that I cannot wait for.
Like, I totally thought it got canceled, and I totally forgot about it because of that.
Yeah, I forgot. Oh, Bloody Disgusting, I believe, had an article about it, about Alton Road coming back from the dead. So, we got hope for that game now. There's another game.
I hope, because that one looked really good.
Yes. There's another game coming out sometime where it kind of caught my attention, which the first time they tried Kickstarter, they actually failed to reach their goal. But apparently they did another Kickstarter, which I didn't even hear about it. Or if I did, I completely spaced on it. But it's called Ghost Theory. And you're pretty much like a paranormal investigator going through what they say is like real cases, and it's going to be like an Unreal Engine. So that means the environment is going to always be different around you. It's going to be different than, like, let's say you and me, Crystal, are playing. It's going to be different for both of us. It's not going to be the same thing.
Oh, you were telling me about this game.
I probably was.
And it sounds really good.
Another game that's coming out that I may have told you about too, but it's called Song of Horror.
I think you did tell me about this one too.
Where you play as like 16 playable characters, and it is instant death. So every time you die as one person, you play the next person. And
that's gonna be a fun game.
And that is another game where if you and me were to play it, me and you would have different outcomes. So, like, I could open up a door and die, and you could open up the same door and walk right through just fine. So.
Oh, by the way, Lily's 3D picture looks fucking awesome.
Yes.
It looks so much better.
Right? They definitely improved. So, that guy put in a lot of money for what he has right now. I will say that.
I hope it succeeds because I really want to play. I was so excited when Allison Road was like first announced, and then when they come out, they were having to stop. I got so upset. I'm like, dude, this is like another PT, you know? I got so excited.
Everything getting shot
and
down.
Now it's dead.
Yeah, that was becoming a fear of mine. Like, ever since Silent Hill got canceled, it was almost like, fuck, like, are we even going to have horror games anymore?
Like, that's what it felt like, though. Like, I mean, because everything was getting changed or shot down, and you're just like, you know, then you kind of thought, golly, is Resident Evil going to actually happen? Because PT is gone, and, you know, you've got this getting shut down, which, there's another game that's coming out, and I cannot think of the name, but I know it was another game that the guy from Walking Dead was supposed to be in, Norman Reedus.
Oh,
like a beach or something.
Death Stranding or something like that.
Something like that. That looks kind of good.
It's according to what I was reading, that's not even supposed to be a horror game. But then again, they were saying they don't even know what type of game it is yet. So, yeah. So
it still looks kind of good though. It's interesting looking at it, to say the least.
Another question, Crystal, is I played it, and I did it the cheap way, where I went to GameStop, bought it. You bought it used, and then as soon as I beat it, I actually went back and got my money back, because it's just, you know, it could have been so much more, but did you ever play The Order 1886?
I did not. I really was excited for that game, and I wanted to get it, but I heard such bad reviews on it, and they're like, it's more of a movie than a game.
Yes.
So I've never got to play it.
Yes, I will confirm that it is more like a movie than a game, but the story itself was actually not bad. But that was another game where when they showed the trailer, everybody was thinking, oh my god, a 4-player co-op game. Nope. Single-player game.
It's not.
Single-player game, and pretty much acts like a movie.
It was a good idea and it was a good concept, and I was really excited for it, but it just didn't go as planned.
But yeah, that's another game that you can right now go to GameStop and get for like $10 or less.
It's probably less now.
Yeah, we just went the other day to it and it was like 8 something. So yeah, you can get it for like $9. Pretty much.
That's a sad story right there.
Yeah, I'm trying to think if there's any other horror games coming out. So that just brings me to 2 more things, and then I'll see if you have anything else in your mind that you can pick. But movie-wise, did you ever see Lights Out?
I didn't. I saw when they first did that short, the movie Lights Out. I saw the short where the ladies click the light and the thing comes forward, or it stands in the hallway and she turns the switch off, and then she turns it back on, and it's like it's moving closer to her.
Yep.
I saw the teaser for it, but I never saw the movie.
Oh, I won't lie, I was kind of skeptical about that one at first because I'm the kind of person now where if it's PG-13, I don't really want to see it. If it's a horror film.
Is it PG-13?
It is. And for a PG-13 film, oh my god, that was good. I enjoyed it. Tessa enjoyed it. But yeah, I mean, speaking of horror too, but did you ever see one on Netflix? It was on Netflix. I don't think it is anymore, but it was called The House is October Built. Did you ever see that? It is a found footage.
I saw the title, but I never watched it.
I enjoyed that one because it could happen, is the way I look at it. It's about like these people who want to film like a documentary about the scariest haunted house, and pretty much shit goes down near the end. That's all I'm just gonna say. But yeah, shit goes down.
So it's better than Blair Witch?
Pretty much like a Blair Witch, but only involving like modern day where it could happen kind of thing. Like they end up getting kidnapped is all I'm gonna say.
Okay, that's kind of cool.
Yeah. Another weird movie that I've found is called like All Hallows Eve. Those are weird.
Now I've seen All Hallows Eve.
Yeah, there's 2 of them for those.
I've only seen the first one though. I ain't seen the second.
Yeah, the second one was interesting. I guess I would probably.
All I can say is if you want to watch a horror movie that will make you cringe as a guy, watch Teeth.
Oh God,
Just
no.
watch Teeth. Don't Wikipedia it. Don't look it up.
I already know what it is. But
that and Hard Candy.
Oh my God, Hard Candy. I'd probably watch Hard Candy before I watch Teeth.
Dude, I'm not a guy, and I cringed about Teeth. But don't look it up. You viewers, and just go find it and watch it. Like I said, don't Wikipedia it. Just watch it for what it is. Yep. And then you can gripe at me afterwards.
And if you want to watch something even more fucked up, like Teeth, look up Dead Girl. That's another fucked up film.
Or what is it called? With the cannibals?
Cannibal Holocaust?
I don't know. Cannibal Holocaust. Go watch that. That's actually a really good movie.
Yep, that's a movie where the guy went to court to get where he had to prove to court that all the people that he had filmed were still alive. Yep. Cannibal Holocaust.
It's a really interesting movie. And actually, fun fact, that movie for its time was so gory and so realistic that it actually went. Yeah, he had to go to court to show the proof that the people that were in this movie were actually still alive. That's how realistic this movie is.
Yep.
Like, it's really good, but it's really graphic. So if you don't like gore and stuff, don't watch it. But, I mean, I didn't like it because they actually killed real animals. I'm not a PETA person, but I'm an animal lover. So when they killed, like, the little animals, I felt bad for the animals more than the people.
Then you probably wouldn't watch an 8 film to die film called Die and Breed then.
I'm gonna kill animals. Like in horror movies, even if it's fake, if they kill an animal, I'm more upset about the animal dying than people. I don't care if you get stabbed, but if you kill the dog, I'm gonna be pissed off.
I agree.
I'm just one of them people.
Speaking of, I know this is not horror movie. This is not a horror movie, but what they did to the dog is definitely horrific. But so everybody heard of the fucking movie that came out called A Dog's Purpose, right? Okay, right. There's a scene from that movie where the dog is like in the water, like in a rapid water scene or something like that, like a wavy scene, or I don't really know the movie, but I just am going by what
that video with the poor dog when they're trying to like get him to get in that water and he's freaking the fuck out.
Yes, that was torture for that dog. I mean, what the fuck? All for a movie. Like, what the fuck are we coming to as human beings? And the dog almost fucking drowned, too.
Drowned? Yeah. He almost drowned at the end. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me?
So, anybody listening that has seen A Dog's Purpose, you should be ashamed of yourself. Just saying. You're supporting a guy almost killing a dog. Unless you just don't care about animals, and then you can go fuck yourself, too.
Right with the most splinterous broom handle you can find.
Exactly. With the wooden spoon up the ass. What's another one I was just looking at for film-wise? Night of the Demons.
Oh, God.
Yes. Those are some of my old favorite ones. Night of the Demons. Nosferatu is another favorite of mine. My only silent black and white film that I like.
I love Nosferatu, though. It's really good.
Which Robert Eggers, who made The Witch, is actually going to be directing a new version of Nosferatu, which kind of has me skeptical. But I kind of want to see what he's going to do with it, because he did say he wants to keep the traditional black and white and stuff. So I really hope he does.
If he can keep that and keep the same atmosphere as the first one, it'd be awesome.
Yes. As long as he doesn't really fuck up the vampires look like the original, then I'm all on board, because I really loved his The Witch film. Which, Crystal, like I said, when you watch that, we will have to do a podcast on that one too. Because that is such a good movie. And that's pretty much it on my end, because I'm looking at other movies that I may have. I can't think of really anything else. What about Return of the Living Dead? Brain.
Hey, that was more of a comedy than anything.
It was still good, though. I mean, for its time.
It was still good. I liked it, but it was more of a comedy.
Yes.
Which, I mean, I still watched it, and, I mean...
There's 3 of them.
My friend has a t-shirt. Is it really?
Yeah, there's 3 Return of the Living Dead, yeah. I own all of them. Yep.
Isn't one of them when they're on the mall? No, that's Day of the Dead. That's Day of the Dead.
Yeah, that's Day of the Dead.
They're in the mall.
Yep. Day of the Dead.
My friend has the t-shirt of the medical name off the canister.
Mm-hmm.
They have a t-shirt with that logo on it. It's really cool. I was like, dude, I'm so fucking jealous of you.
Day of the Dead, isn't that also the one where the zombies start shooting the gun? Land of the Dead. There it is.
Yeah, there we go.
Yes.
I know,
Thanks,
like,
babe.
there's so many zombie movies. So many zombie movies.
Yeah.
What's
yeah,
I not gonna like?
Like Shaun of the Dead.
You got red on you.
Yeah.
But, I mean, 28 Weeks Later was actually a pretty good infected movie. I did like that. That actually had a really good soundtrack to it, too.
Dawn of the Dead is one of my favorite, too. The original Dawn of the Dead, anyway.
Not the remake.
Yeah, no, fuck that shit. Oh, speaking of remakes, so I saw the article again the other day after I talked about the new Hellraiser coming out, Hellraiser Judgment, and I put a comment on it about stop fucking with originals. That Doug Bradley is Pinhead, nobody else, not any of these fuckers. A guy actually comes back and says something like, "Stop living in the Stone Age. We are due for a new Hellraiser." And I'm thinking to myself,
are you serious?
Yeah. And he's like, and then I'm almost thinking to myself, I wanted to be like, well, no, I'd rather live in the Stone Age because at least that's where all the classics are before you fuckers, like, pieces of shit like you that kill horror today, that support new horror today. No, thank you.
Oh my god. Like, I'm not gonna lie. Even with the ones with, like, Hellraiser 4 was the last good one.
Blood
even
Line.
though Doug Bradley did portray, even though he did portray a few more of them, they were not as good. Like, they just got crappier and crappier in production, and I was just like, y'all killing Hellraiser. Why? Why are y'all doing this?
I wish it was Doug Bradley,
like,
though. I wish it was all Doug Bradley. There we go. Jeez,
Like, Doug Bradley pretty much said that the new ones are shit.
Oh, yeah. He
called
said it
out.
himself.
He told him.
Yep. Even, I just was reading something the other day, too, about how Doug Bradley even said that Hollywood is only thinking about money and not storyline.
It's true. They're just trying to do what they want to get a shot factor and bring people to the movies. They don't care if it's good or not. As long as it brings you to the theater and get that money, that's all that matters.
Nope.
And it's killing horror. I mean, what was it, Valentine's Day 3D or whatever? That was shit. Like, all these remakes they're rehashing now is just garbage. But the new generation's gonna go see them.
That's like, I'm looking at another thing that I have that I got from Kmart. It's called, like, 50 movies of horror classics. Oh, God. I could, like, go off names off that. That had, like, Nosferatu, House on Haunted Hill on it, and, like, a couple other oldies that it's just like, jeez, this is the good shit.
Long gone the days of Vincent Price and good classic horror movies.
Vincent Price,
Long gone.
Yep. And since nobody has mentioned it yet, which I'm kind of surprised about TV shows, but I used to watch with my grandparents the Munsters on TV.
Oh my god, the Munsters! I forgot about the Munsters.
I actually
Grandpa was my favorite.
Oh, I fucking love Grandpa. Oh my god. But yeah, I actually had the complete series on DVD too. I actually got it one October since I love October because that is one of the months where you can go to FYE and get awesome horror stuff on sale.
Unless you live where I live, and then you're pretty much SOL.
Yeah, well,
we don't have any
we don't have an FYE either, so I gotta, like, go to New York or something just to fucking get an FYE. Or drive 2 hours to the nearest FYE. Or an hour and a half to get to one. So, I mean, either way, it's quite a drive. Let's put it that way. But,
who our nearest one is, I think maybe New Orleans is probably the closest now, and that's a 4-hour drive for me. And I don't feel like fighting New Orleans traffic.
Right. But, I guess one thing we can talk about real quick, Crystal, is Tales from the Dark Side. We can talk about the movie, if you want.
That's cool. We can talk about that.
What would you were saying from last night's episode, that you like the
Hellcat.
Yes, Hellcat. Was there something
they're all good.
Yeah.
I just like the cat, and the cat was...
He was kind of ferocious.
he was pretty beastly for a cat.
Yeah.
Like, oh my god. I mean, it's been so long since I've seen it, but I just, like we were talking about last night, like, the dude didn't like the cat, and he didn't like him. And I was just like, I wouldn't want a cat like that. I could say that right now. I'd be putting that cat free to good home. You can have him. Here's the kid litter in the box. Take him. Take the cat.
Right. So they had 3 stories, if I'm reading this correct. They had the first segment featured an animated mummy stalking selected student victims. The second tale was the cat from hell, who cannot be killed and weave a trail of victim behind it. And then the third and final story, which is the one that I like, is the Gargoyle of whatever the hell they call that one. But yeah,
it's like Vow or some Lover's Vow or something like that.
Yeah, it's something weird. But yeah, it's about the guy that witnesses like a killing, and then like it's about this woman that comes into his life, which says you promise not to say anything, and then he does, and then it ends up being the Gargoyle, and then he just like, you promised you'd never tell, kind of thing. It's just like, whoa, did not see that coming.
Oh, which I know we talked about it. I told y'all last night. When we did our Creep Show podcast, after we got done, I was telling Tessa, if you're like a big Creep Show nut like me, Hellcat was actually supposed to be a part of the Creep Show movies, or the show, the DVDs, or shows and all that. But because of budgeting issues, it could not be put into it. Tales of the Dark Side movie, even from Tom Savini, is the actual unofficial Creep Show 3. Not the bullshit that we talked about last night. You could erase that from your memory.
Right.
Tales from the Dark Side, that movie, is the unofficial Creep Show 3. So you should go watch Tales from the Dark Side movie and actually experience Creep Show 3 in all its glory. That's what it's supposed to be.
Oh. So thanks for talking about Tales from the Dark Side. This is perfect because I am actually re-looking up what the books were, so I could refresh my memory even. So I mentioned the first one of the books that is coming out, which is like $10. That is the Tales from the Dark Side scripts, which that's kind of cool to see how the scripts came to be and what got changed or whatever. But the other one that is coming out tomorrow, I guess, or something like that. Yeah, it's saying it's already out, but I don't know how that is when it comes out tomorrow. But anyway, it's called Tales from the Dark Side, and this is also like hardcover, about $15. But this is actually stuff that never made it to TV.
Oh, that's cool.
So yeah, it's definitely a must-have for horror fans like me, Crystal, and my girlfriend. We would have to have these in our collection just because Tales from the Dark Side is amazing!
I love me some Tales from the Dark Side.
Yes, but I will add those links as well after the podcast is done, so that way everybody can go check out what we kind of been talking about. But the only other game I think we really haven't talked about, which I kind of feel bad for it, but is Vigid. I know we kind of talked a little bit about it, saying like how it was inspired by PT, but But talk a little bit about like graphics for that, or even gameplay of that, if you remember any of it. Did you remember any of that, Crystal? Gameplay of Vigage?
I know I saw the trailer or the game. I'm trying to think. I'm going to Google it.
There's actually like quite a few gameplay trailers of it. There's actually a new one. Well, kind of new. I mean, it's old now, but it's technically the newest one that I've seen. But they showed off this new type of entity where the video is showing like this thing is like huddled down and like bending down knees wide, and then he kind of stands up, and then as he goes to look at you, the lights kind of flicker off for a minute, and then he disappears. And then it comes back, and it's just freaking out. Like, it's like, I don't want to see this thing in the game at all for what it's doing right now, because it's freaking out really bad. One of the other type of gameplay trailer that I've seen is where, like, this guy picks up a tape, puts it into a VCR, plays it, and then as he's watching it, this, like, demon thing above the TV appears for, like, 3 seconds. And then you get this, like, other entity, dark thing that's, like, hunting you down throughout the house even, like, checking on doors. And then in the gameplay video, the girl thing is, like, finds him in the closet. And,
Okay, I just refreshed my memory. I watched the original game trailer. Yeah, it's definitely like PT. It looks really good. Like, it's not gonna be another fucking game that scares the poop out of me, but it's okay. I'm still gonna probably play it.
Yeah, Vigage is another game that I backed up on Kickstarter as well. So, that's another pretty penny too. Well, not as bad as Friday the 13th, but we won't go there of how much I spent. But
we won't go there on that one.
No. Just when I do receive it, I will post pictures, and then you'll see why I kept my mouth shut.
He'll be very happy on what he got, though.
Oh my God, yes. I was smart too. So, yeah, that thing is not gonna get unsealed ever. It's just gonna stay sealed. So
if you ever meet, get him to sign it. Unless it's already pre-signed, is it?
It is pre-signed, yes.
Okay.
But yes, so my copy that I'm getting is gonna be signed, and that's as much as I'll say. So yeah, unless people know what I'm talking about, then good for you. But I did get some add-ons though, so yeah. But
I know you said you had a couple of the add-ons.
Yep. Yes, I did. Yeah, I got the.
I know there's one more game. Oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, I ended up getting the physical soundtrack as well for the Friday the 13th game, and I got the Friday the 13th art book too. Like physical.
I want the soundtrack. I think the soundtrack's gonna be really good.
Yeah, I mean it's $18, so, and I mean
That's not bad.
And if it's gonna be limited quality, you might want to get it soon, because pretty soon the soundtrack and the art book is gonna be taken off because of the limited quantities. I mean, but
I was gonna say there is one more game that's on the phone. I don't know if it's actually out or they're still in the works.
Is it Forgotten Memory?
Actually, it's like, not Forgotten Memory. It's just like a horror game where, like, you walk through your house and your house turns into, like, the horror game itself. Like, your camera identifies the house. So when you're looking through your camera,
oh yeah,
you see, like, the monsters and shit, like, creeping around the house or, like, peeking around your door corners and stuff like that.
I don't even remember what that's called, but I do know what you're talking about. Yeah, that
looked really cool for a phone game.
Yeah. People were
I'd be afraid to go to sleep in my own damn house after playing that.
Right? People were actually saying that they should make a Grand Theft Auto 5 one of that, and I'm like, oh my God.
Please no.
God, no. That's
I can't
just
stand another Grand Theft
stupid.
Auto. I can't take that anymore.
Yeah, that's another one that needs to just stop. But,
It really does.
speaking of horror news, so, Crystal, did you hear about the new Saw Legacy film that comes out this October 27th?
I did hear about that, and I'm a huge Saw fan. I have all the DVDs.
Me too.
So
what was your thoughts on this new one?
well, I'm glad that Tobin Bell's going to be back.
Yes.
I'm really excited. In a way, I kind of want this one to be the last one. I don't want them to do any more after this. Because I don't want people to think that they're just milking it for money. Because the Saws are really good. I haven't got to see too much about it. I know I read on BladeDisgusting.com that they're making another one. And that Tobin Bell was going to be back. So that's all I really know about the new one coming out.
So, as you know, Tobin Bell, he died in the third one. Just like the last detective died. And you found out who'd been behind it the whole time in the last one, too. Which was the guy from the first movie. Spoiler alert if you have not seen it, or if you don't care. But yeah, it was him. The guy that cut off his own foot in the first movie, it was him. So apparently, even though Jigsaw and everybody is like gone, there's still somebody doing like
carrying out his job.
Yeah, carrying out his job, even though Tobin Bell is gone, is dead. But there's someone else still carrying it on. So, and that's all they've released so far about it. So they've been pretty good of hush-hushing on it.
I'm sorry, I'm excited for it though. I didn't think I was gonna like the Saws as much as I did, because I can't stand Hostel. I hate the Hostel movies. But when I saw the first Saw, I was like, okay, this is totally different than a Hostel.
Which
I can get into.
At some point, I will have to rewatch all the Saws again, and then that's going to be another podcast we will have. Cause,
dude, I need to be on that one.
Well, like I said, Crystal, last night, start writing down freaking horror titles, and we will start making sure you're on them. To start going to your collection, like, right after podcast, and to start writing down. Because I got you down for Halloween, Tale from the Crypt, now Saw, and I know there was, like, a couple others that we were discussing, but yeah, you get the idea.
I'll have to go look. I told myself I was going to look through them, and I went to bed after I cleaned them. I was like, I'm tired.
Yeah.
But I'm looking at my DVDs right now, so I'm going to look. If we ever do a Hellraiser one, I definitely got to be on the Hellraiser ones.
Yeah, we're going to be doing a Hellraiser one at some point, too. We're going to be doing an Evil Dead. I'm still debating about The Purge, if I want to do one of that, or Tessa can do that one. White Noise, I definitely would like to do. Dead Snow is another one. Halloween, I definitely want. I love the Halloween series. There's like 6 of them, but I don't care. They're all decent in their own ways. Especially the remake. I was actually skeptical about the remake, but I was actually satisfied with the remake.
I don't think I've seen the remake for that Halloween.
It was on Screenbox when I had Screenbox, and I watched it, and I was just like, wow, this was actually better than what I thought it was going to be.
Oh, speaking of horror.
Uh-oh.
Alright.
Brace yourself, everyone.
I don't think we've actually talked about it unless you want to do it as another podcast.
Which one?
Who is your favorite horror author?
Favorite horror author?
Yeah.
Oh, God. Oh, my God. Stephen King is definitely one of them. I like R.L. Stine. And I like... Give me a minute. What's his name? Steve Niles. I think is his name. Let me see here. I got it right here. Yep, Steve Niles and Ben Templesmith. If that's how you pronounce his name.
Clive Barker is by far my favorite horror author.
Oh, yes. Oh, my God. Clive Barker can make some fucked up shit. Speaking of Clive Barker, Did you ever see any of the 8 films to die for, Crystal, at all? Especially I believe it was the last volume 4 of 8 films to die for, before the 5th one.
I don't think I have.
The reason why I say that is because, since you mentioned Clive Barker, they actually have one of his stories called Dread as a movie.
I haven't seen that one.
But the ending is different than what the book is. But Clive Barker approved it, though. But I have to agree with him. The way they did the ending for the movie of Dread makes more sense in a way, if that makes sense. Like, the way they ended Dread, the film, just is perfect, in my opinion. Like, that one little change was just perfect. So, that's another one.
I have to go try to find that story and read it and then go watch the movie.
Yep.
Nightbreed is probably one of my favorite Clive Barker-based movies.
Oh, yeah,
besides
that's a good one.
I love Nightbreed. If you haven't seen it, it's old, but it's really good.
Yes. It's probably on Screenbox or Amazon or some shit, so find it, kiddies.
Oh, yeah. It used to be on Netflix, so it may still be on Netflix, but I'm not sure.
I think Netflix has been getting a little bit too Disney stuff lately. So,
it may not be there.
It may not be there, especially with them now doing their own Netflix original stuff, which I still need to watch Stranger Things. Which, have you watched that yet, Crystal?
Oh, you haven't watched that? Yes, I've watched that already.
Oh, God. Oh, yeah.
It's really good.
Yeah, from the way you're saying that.
Watch it.
Yeah, we need to watch it, yeah. Okay. I guess the only other thing that I can think of looking at my list real quick before we call it, Crystal, is American Horror Story. Were you into those at all?
The one I really got into, just because it was in New Orleans, and it was based around, like, the witches and stuff like that. It was really good. To me, that was the best story they had. The first one wasn't too bad. The second one was just complete bullshit. But the third season, American Horror Story, the whole, like...
Covenant?
It's really good. The Covenant is just, it's good. Like, I haven't gotten into another one since then. I tried to watch, the one about the hotel, which...
Lady
actually
Gaga.
Based off, but I think it's Holmes' Hotel, which is based on a true story. He actually made a hotel.
Yes.
That he pretty much murdered people in, and this is the same hotel that it's supposed to be shot at.
H.H. Holmes? Yeah. So, oh, God, yeah.
H.H. Holmes' Hotel. This is what this is supposed to be based off of.
Yep. Another infamous serial killer.
Which... I know about my serial killers. Lord forgive me. I'm a serial killer buff.
I actually wanna. That's another book on my wish list. Is H.H. Holmes' book about his hotel thing, like how he did the killings and stuff. I forget what the name of the book is, but yeah, it's in my wish list.
He was a very inventive serial killer. I'm not gonna lie.
That's another.
He thought about it.
Yeah, that was a documentary also on Netflix. The H.H. Holmes documentary where it looked inside the hotel. That was good.
I didn't get to see that. Damn it.
Yeah, they explained the traps, like, on the floors and shit. Oh, my God. It was... it was... This guy...
The secret walls.
The secret walls, yep. Yeah, it explained all that. It was crazy as hell.
Like, he was really meticulous about how he did it. Like, when he did a hotel, he knew what he wanted.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like,
God,
dude,
yeah. Oh,
he was a smart serial killer. I'm not condoning serial killers just like last night. I'm not condoning you to kill nobody. I'm not condoning serial killers.
Yeah, sure.
But he was a smart serial killer.
Yes, he was.
He was very, very smart.
Kind of like, what was his name? John Gacy? The clown?
John Wayne Gacy was not smart about it.
No. He would not, but he had a very interesting story as well, kind of ish.
He did.
So I mean,
fucking Pogo the Clown.
Yeah, Oh my god. But yeah,
like he's another one. If you don't know about your serial killers, read up on him. He wasn't smart about it, but he had a good stretch. So I mean,
Yep.
I hate to say that like that. He had a good run. God, people gonna think I'm some fucking weirdo. I don't condone this, people. I swear to God, I don't condone this.
Right.
But seriously, I read stuff like that. That's nothing about being in my mind.
Right.
And me working at the institution that I work at. A lot of people don't know, you guys know, but I do work at a federal penitentiary, which is a prison, for people who don't know what penitentiary is. Hey, some people don't know.
I know. I ain't judging. I ain't judging.
But I read about serial killers and stuff, and you know, I'm around murderers and all the time, so I'm like, I need to read up on things like this. But serial killers are really interesting. If you actually read their backstories, some of them came from really bad homes, abusive families, no families at all.
And that's usually all it takes.
So it's all it takes. Either sexual abuse, mental abuse, coming from just a shitty home.
Yep.
And it turned them into the bad people they were. So. Yeah. I mean, I'm not saying, like I said, I don't condone serial killers, but if you read their backstories and you read what happened to them, you can see why they became good people.
Oh, speaking of serial killers, but, the infamous Charles Manson went back on board to see if he could get released, and they denied it again. So, he's stuck in jail again. I already know he's not getting out, but... it's just funny to hear that, like, they have to keep denying him now. It's just like, just permanently just deny it. That way you don't ever have to worry about ever having to waste paper on him. Just permanently deny it. Well,
they did release one of the girls. I can't remember which one, but she was, like, dying of cancer, so it was like a compassionate release. And they did release her. I don't know if she's still alive or not, but they did let her go.
She did. I think they released her because she had to go to an actual hospital or something like that. I think.
Yeah, I knew it was something.
Yeah, it was something.
They pretty much let her out of the prison. So I don't know. So I don't know if she's still alive. She may be dead now.
Yep.
But I know they had released one of them, and I was like, I can't believe it. Whoa.
Right. But
yeah, that's another thing I'm into is serial killers.
Oh God, yeah.
Such a weirdo.
But I'm all set on my end, Crystal. If you have anything else you want to talk about, or we can end it because it has been an hour and 32 minutes of chatting. I mean, if there's anything else. I guess
about books and talking about movies and soundtracks. I think we let the listeners know just how weird I am. I don't think there's anything else I could tell them that would make it anywhere, especially after the serial killer thing. So, yeah, I think we're good. I think they got into the
well, did you have any favorite graphic novels that you like? Like 30 Days a Night? Like, that's one of my favorites. I love 30 Days a Night.
I like 30 Days a Night, and there's also another one called Wormwood.
Oh my God. That's so good too. That's so
I fucking love Wormwood.
I haven't read that in forever though, but yep.
Oh, they're good.
Yep. Wow. Is that still going? Do you know? Is that still around?
I know. I got the second one. I don't know if there's a third one, but I got the first and second one.
Yeah.
It's definitely something I need to check on Amazon to see if they have more.
Well, I know 30 Days of Night just came out with a comic store only edition of their 15th anniversary. So.
Oh, did they really?
Yep. But that's another podcast that I'll have to complain about too. Books being sold only to comic book stores and not Amazon.
Yeah, that's kind of weird. Especially if you don't have a comic book store nearby.
Well, I was showing Tessa it. I don't know if I ever showed you it, Crystal, but I can definitely show you it after the podcast. But with the new Alien film coming out, Alien Covenant, if anybody does not know, Comes out May 19th, which you should know. But they are coming out with a book called Alien Covenant, the Collector's Edition. If you look at Amazon edition, which is like $15 or whatever, that's what they're calling the standard edition. But if you actually go to like Things from Another World comic book store website, which is like tftaw.com. Nice comic book store website, by the way. And they actually have the exclusive comic book edition of that same book, Alien Covenant Collected Edition, but the cover is 10 times more badass because it actually has an xenomorph on the front cover rather than this plain retarded Alien Covenant like movie poster thing that they use for the standard edition.
That's cool.
Yeah. So that's really all I got left to say, but like I said, that's another podcast to be talked about. But they did the same thing with 30 Days of Night's 15th anniversary, though.
I didn't really care for the movie 30 Days of Night. It was alright, but I like the graphic novels better. That makes sense. The movie was good. I did like the movie, but it's not as good as the graphic novels.
I didn't mind the movies. But
I mean, I don't hate them. I'm not going to say they're garbage, because they're not. They're actually really good. I just like the graphic novels better. I'm more of a book person. Like, if I read
books
the
are always known to be better than movies anyways. But yeah. That's why...
So the movies they're good for movies.
But that's why, like me and Tessa were saying, if Star Wars can be 2 hours and 30 fucking minutes, so can a goddamn horror movie. Period. Now.
Star Wars.
But you'd have to really go into a really good detail story to make it last that long, too. Or you can always do like what Stephen King is doing, well, the remake, I should say, doing 2 parts now. Which, the second part got greenlit, even though the first part hadn't even come out yet.
Really?
Yeah.
Now, what if it does shitty, and they've already gave the green light for the second one?
Yep. And they're gonna begin shooting on the second one pretty soon, actually, from what I understood, too.
I mean, I understand they want to do the first part as the kids, and then do the second part as them being adults.
Maybe.
But, I mean, the original was fine. Just the way it was.
Yep.
With flashbacks and stuff.
Yep.
So why do you need 2 parts?
I don't know. But,
all about them dollar bills.
Yeah. Speaking of Stephen King, too, I actually didn't notice until I looked at a website the other day, but Stephen King book, The Dark Tower, is now getting turned into a movie. I'm actually kind of curious about that.
Yeah, I don't know how that ending's gonna work on TV or the movie.
Yeah, me either. That's a big ass book too. all of them pretty much are.
That's a long book series.
Yeah,
that's a long series of books.
Yeah,
they're gonna have to shove in unless they just do the first one.
They're doing the first
there's
one.
Multiple. Okay, that's it. There's multiple of them books.
Yeah, there's like 7 or 9.
Ending,
I don't remember.
Like 9 of them. But the last one, Stephen King even apologized about how bad it was.
Wow.
Yeah, he was like, because they wanted him to finish the series, and I'm not going to spoil it for you, but the ending, you're just like, wow, really? This is what you're going to do, Stephen King? Fuck me. That's what I thought. I was like, are you serious?
Wow.
But I'm not going to ruin it for you guys. Just go read the books. The books are really good.
The books are always better.
Prepare at the end. They are. And, I mean, be prepared when you get to the last book and you read the ending and you're just like, well, shit.
Oh, I remember what the other one was that you wanted to join us for. Silent Hill.
Oh, yeah, Silent Hill. I forgot about Silent Hill podcast.
Yep, that was the other podcast that you wanted to hop on board with definitely have to do. I actually just recently re-got both the first 2 games of Dead Space, so I could replay those, so I could do the podcast on those games too, and movies, because they did come with there was a couple movies and graphic novels and some figurines of Dead Space, so I'll be talking about that too in the near future.
I wish they'd bring Dead Space to PlayStation 4.
I really wish they would bring Dead Space to PS4. That would be awesome. Speaking of PS4, they just announced from Capcom that they're going to be re-releasing the first Revelations on PS4 sometime this autumn.
Ooh, are they really?
Yep.
Yes.
Which, I don't know how I feel about that, but we'll see. To me, it's more... Well, it's more like a cash grab to me. But then again, they've been doing that with the first one and fourth one.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
I just want Resident Evil 2. I just want Resident Evil 2 remake.
I wish they'd bring Director's Cut back. My God.
Yes. But, yeah, I'm all set now. I mean, I can't think of anything else anymore. So, are you...
Well, I just hope you guys enjoy getting into my mind and learning what made me who I am. I am a big old weirdo, and I'm proud of it, and a nerd.
And we're gonna one day see Crystal's name in the newspaper, being a famous killer.
You're not yet. Oh. I don't know. No, you're not. You won't. Well, I can't say that. You never know. I'm just kidding. I'm not gonna be in the newspaper.
And then you guys can say that, well, at least I got to know this person on this podcast before she went crazy.
She did kind of foreshadow that she was going to this and say this is going to happen.
Right.
But, I'm not. I promise you I won't. Hopefully. Unless someone really pisses me off, hopefully I won't be like that.
But I won't. Or maybe I will. No, I won't.
Maybe I will. You never
maybe
know.
I will.
I won't. You never know. We'll see.
But, yeah, so, Crystal, you're streaming, you've been streaming Resident Evil 7, correct? And you just finished that the other night, actually, or about a week ago or so now. So, what on your gaming list for streaming now? What are you going to be streaming?
I'm actually going to be, tonight, I'm going to be streaming the lost footages from Resident Evil 7.
Ooh.
Yes. I finally got my lazy butt up to download them. And then I'm going to Amnesia, which I've been excited to play for the longest time.
Amnesia. Oh, yes, that game. I need to go back to that game, too.
So I'm going to be streaming that on Twitch soon. Maybe tomorrow if I do both the lost footages. We shall see.
Well, you ain't missing too much on the lost footage anyway, so, I mean, one just like a survival thing, then another one's actually story related, and then on the other one is like a weird game of blackjack, or 21, I mean. And
oh, yeah, I saw someone talk about that one.
Yeah.
It looks like it'd be fun, though.
Yeah, and then there was another survival one, so... And then there was Ethan Must Die, and then you got Jack's 55th birthday. So, yeah, you got a lot of content that you can try out. So, it's not just, like, a couple things.
I know I got the first... I don't know if they're all connected, but I got only the first 2 lost footages. So.
I don't think they're connected in some way, but... I don't know. It's hard to really say for sure.
Well, at least we're going to play the 4 and 2 tonight. I know that.
Right.
It is.
Which we will be there to support your stream if the Twitch app decides to cooperate. But since you're here, Crystal, too, and people will know, but if you are on PlayStation, when we go to try to message you on PlayStation, it hates us. Because I've tried sending you messages before through the Twitch app on PlayStation, and it just does not want to send. I know
you told me that. I'm like, you betrayed the PlayStation.
Yep.
Watching me on Twitch.
Yep. So I gotta actually use my PC just to watch you.
Golly.
Oh, yeah. But, yeah. So, Thanks again, Crystal, for joining us. Joining me, I should say, on this off season of getting inside your mind. And letting the viewers know of how you're going to become that serial killer one day. And is there any other final word you would like to say to the listeners?
Don't become a serial killer. I don't want to see my job. Yeah. Stay creepy, guys. Thanks for listening to me and let me tell you my stories and taking inside my head on how much I love horror. Hopefully you guys will go and check out the stuff we saw and talked about.
Yeah, exactly. And then and Crystal will be back on for more episodes to come. We know that. We love having her on there anyway. So she's definitely just like us. She's a big horror fanatic, just like me and my girlfriend. So it works out. Next few episodes are going to be probably quite short or long, depending on who joins us. But pretty soon we're going to be giving you guys Tales from the Crypt episode. We're going to be giving you a 30 Days of Night 15th anniversary episode. Yeah, we got some really interesting plans coming your way. So, like always, make sure you follow us on Twitter. We just started a Instagram account, so you can find us on there even. We have a donation link. We actually just had to upgrade our account to more storage. So if you guys would like to donate anything, it would be appreciated to help keep the podcast going. I am, like always, I am one of the many hosts that you'll hear on the show. My name is Paul Doski, and I would join with
Crystal, a.k.a. Crystal Love, one of the many humbled guests that appear on the podcast.
a.k.a. EerieCutie, as you may have known her from PlayStation. And like always, guys, stay fucking scary.